So in this word, we have a mad letter. Which mad letter do we have in this word? What are the mad letters again?
Wow.
Start
No,
with
alif, alif.
yes.
Um, wow, and yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Alif, wow, and ya. So which mad letter is in this word? Alif, wow, or ya?
Wow.
Wow, good job. Why? We have ya here as well. The first letter is ya here.
Okay, so also yeah then?
I'm asking. I'm not telling. I'm asking. Is that correct or not? I'm confusing you. This is ya, which is here ya. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And also this is wow, which is here
Yes.
wow. Yeah. So why you said this is a mad letter and ya is not a mad letter?
Wait, I don't get it. What did you say?
Okay, now you said wow is a mad letter, correct?
Yes.
Here, this is wow is a mad letter. Why this is
Yes.
mad letter and ya is not a mad letter? What are the conditions of mad letters then? We need to ask this question. How we know the mad letters? Is any wow considered as mad letter? Is any ya considered as mad letter? Or we have conditions? Two conditions. The first condition for mad letters, the mad letters have to be ساكن, doesn't have a حركة. So this ya has a حركة, yeah, has a dhamma. So it's not considered as a mad letter. This wow has a حركة, no, doesn't have a حركة. So now this is the first condition. This wow, which is a mad letter, is sakina or doesn't have a haraka. So in this case, this wow is a mad letter. Why? Because the first condition of mad letters says the mad letters have to be without a haraka. So this wow doesn't have a haraka, which is the first condition. Let's check the second condition. So if this ya is considered as a mad letter, this ya is from
Um,
mad letters. Look at this, ya is from mad letters. But this ya
yes.
is mad letter in this case, which is ya with dhamma, is considered as a mad letter?
Is it no?
No. Why? Because the mad
Is it
letter,
because
which is in the first condition, the mad letter has to be without haraka. No haraka. Okay?
yeah.
Yeah, doesn't have a haraka, doesn't have fatha. What does haraka mean? Haraka means a sound.
Is it three?
Three main sounds we have in Arabic. We call them harakas. We have fatha, kasra, and dhamma. So this ya has a haraka, which is dhamma in this case. So this is not ya mad. So ignore the ya. Because the first condition says ya or the mad letter. In general, the mad letter has to be without haraka. So what is the second condition? The second condition says this wow is a mad letter? Maybe, we don't know. Let's check the second condition. The second condition says the wow mad has to be preceded by a haraka. Which haraka? Remember? Remember alif? Alif has to be preceded by which haraka? Fatha, kasra, or dhamma?
Is it a fatha?
Yes. And ya has to be preceded by which haraka? Kasra.
Is it got
Yeah. And wow has to be preceded by which haraka?
dhamma?
Dhamma. Perfect. So the previous letter has to be with a dhamma for ya, for wow. And for ya, the previous letter has to be with a kasra. And for alif, the previous letter has to be with a fatha. Understood? That's why, if
Yeah.
you look at the second example, this is alif mad. Why? Number one, look at the first condition. Number one, no haraka with this alif. Number two, the letter before has a fatha. So this is considered as alif mad, right? And this was considered as well mad. Why? Number one, no haraka. Number two, preceded by a dhamma. If this waw is perceived by a fatha or kasra, cannot be perceived by kasra. But let's say it's perceived by, for example, fatha. So it's not waw mad then. So let's get back here. So the first condition says the mad letter has to be without haraka. The second condition says the mad letter alif has to be preceded by a fatha, ya has to be preceded by a kasra, waw has to be preceded by a dhamma. So the letter before waw has to be with a dhamma. So look at this, our example again. Let's clear this again. So this waw now, we have a doubt. This waw is a mad letter or not. So let's check the conditions again. We said the first condition is active, which is no haraka. This waw doesn't have a haraka. How about the second condition? This waw is perceived by a dhamma. So now we are sure this is a mad letter. So we need to apply this waw as a mad letter. So once we know this is a mad letter, how to apply it? What is the application of the mad letter? Actually, we don't pronounce waw itself. We don't pronounce the mad letter itself. We don't say you ooh like ooh sound. No, we don't say ooh sound like this. So what should we do?
Yeah.
We extend the previous haraka. That's why we said the waw has to be perceived by dhamma. Why? Because this dhamma will be extended. Dhamma goes to waw, fatha goes to alif, kasra goes to ya. So in this case, we extend the dhamma. We don't extend the mad letter itself. Mad letter is just a sign for mad, but we don't extend it. We just cancel the mad letter and we extend this waw more than usual. Generally, we extend the haraka one beat. So this va is extended one beat because of the haraka. This ayn, one beat or 1 second. But how about this ya? This ya is extended 2 beats then in this case. Why? Because of the mad letter which comes after the haraka. Okay, let's try another one. For example, let me clean. This word has a mad letter. So which mad letter is in this word?
Is it the alif and the wow?
No, this is not called alif. This one is not called alif. Why?
Oh,
Because alif looks like this. Doesn't have
so
hamza on the top or dhamma.
is it just the wow then?
What do we call this letter? The first letter. We call it hamza.
Yeah.
This is called hamza, not alif. Okay. This is
Okay.
alif, and this is alif, and this
Yeah.
is alif. Yeah, and this is alif. This is alif. Alif without hamza is called alif. With hamza we call it hamza, not alif. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, the first one is hamza, which is not a mad letter. But how about the second one?
Is that a mud letter?
Mad letter. Why? How we know this is mad letter? Number one, what are the mad letters? Remind me.
Alif.
Yes,
Wow.
alif, which looks like this. Wow, then ya. Okay, so here we said this is not alif, so it's not a mad letter. But this waw is a mad letter. How we know? Because of the two conditions we just mentioned.
That has no haraka.
Yeah, because of the two conditions we just mentioned. First condition is this waw doesn't have a haraka. As you see, this hamza has a dhamma, and this fa has a kasra, and this dal has a dhamma. But this waw doesn't have a haraka. The second condition, the waw here in this case is preceded by a dhamma. So this is for sure has to be a mad letter. Once we know this is a mad letter, we need to cancel the waw. Doesn't have a sound itself. It's just a sign for mad, and we extend this dhamma more than usual, which is 2 beats instead of 1 beat. It has to be 1 beat in general, but in this case 2 beats. So instead of ufida, it becomes ufida, ufida. Without the mad letter, it becomes ufida, ufida, without extension.